I am on medical treatment rikurapwa kunze kwenyika handisi muZimbabwe ko zvino. Kwandiri kurapwa sokutaura kwandakaita handingakwanisi kuti nditaure kuti ndiri kupi sezvo vavengi vangu vachida kuti vazive kuti ndiripi. Zimbabwe is in a huge crisis, which we have noticed after the consultation with the masses of our people, that there is need of all democratic forces in our mess together and deal with the challenges that we are facing as a nation. There is no doubt in many of us that the crisis that we are facing in our nation at the present moment needs urgent attention. The urgent attention that we should put our heads together as the people of our country to see how best we can solve the problems. We cannot abdicate our role and duties as citizens of our country to deal with the challenges that we are meeting. As alluded by my brother Jacob Ngarufume, is that we are coming together as democratic forces in our country. This agreement is not between Jacob Ngarufume and Job Sikhala. It is the agreement of the people of Zimbabwe over their desires to see all democratic forces coalescing together to deal with the challenges that we are facing as a nation. Like what has been correctly pointed out by my brother, this agreement will not only coalesce around the trust of Zimbabwe and the national democratic working group. We are prepared to work with all democratic forces who want to deal with the challenges that we are facing as a nation. Our nation no longer needs selfishness from those people in leadership for us to view our personal interests over national interests. We need to come together as Zimbabweans for us to be able to tackle the challenges that we are facing as a nation. We are facing a crisis of governance. We are facing the crisis of democratic deficit in our country, where all the democratic space that has been existing has been closed down by the current tyranny. Such kind of challenges cannot only be tackled by individuals or a group of persons, but it needs all of us as Zimbabweans to put our heads together to see how we are going to entangle ourselves from the grip of a tyranny. We are under the vice grip where we are being suffocated in our country to speak out on issues that are affecting our nation. Primarily, the issue of governance. Our nation has a governance crisis. There is no doubt about that. We have seen decisions by the current executive being made only for the rituals that are around the throne of our nation. The majority of our people are suffering. The economic deterioration is continuously persisting in our country at an alarming rate. We cannot look at this situation as the people of Zimbabwe and simply not try to come to party and deal with these challenges. As has been alluded, looting and corruption in our country has become part and parcel of culture that is being perpetuated by the current regime. It cannot continue on our watch. So as we have discovered and noted, coming together brings more effort for us to put our heads together. The corruption level that is currently being witnessed in our country has never been witnessed anywhere in the world. Few people are milking our country. They are looting. They are exporting our natural resources for their own personal benefit. Money is being laundered to offshore accounts. Deals have been done to the detriment of the majority of our people. And as political players in our country, these things cannot persist on our own watch. The importance with this agreement is that we see things in the same angle. We see things the same. So what we did is that we embarked on a serious consultative process with our masses of our nation. We have dealt with the issue to see what our masses want in our country. Our masses are no longer interested on individual glory, but they want collective effort to deal with the challenges. So this is the beginning of a very long journey of many other progressive forces who want to come on board and build a national coalition of progressive forces to deal with the challenges that we are facing in the nation. Correctly alluded to by Brother Jacob Mgari. The doors are opening for all democratic forces to come together, for us to speak with one voice, so that we will not be able to deal with the issues that are affecting us. So as a nation, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome this major development. It was after consultation with the majority of the people of Zimbabwe. This agreement is for the people of Zimbabwe. It's not between Jacob government and Job Star. It is for the benefit of our own people. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the masses of our nation, we seek your support. We humbly come before you to seek your full support in meeting the challenges that the country is currently facing. There are so many people who want to understand on what we mean about the coalition of democratic forces and progressive forces. What are the progressive forces? The progressive forces are the following. One, an organization or persons who have not been involved one way or the other with abating the agenda of the current ZANU-PF regime. Someone who has never at one time or a moment been dealing covertly or overtly with ZANU-PF to the detriment of our masses. If you are realizing that at one particular time you have been hobbling with the ZANU-PF to the detriment of the masses of our nation, you are not a progressive force. We are not interested to work with you. We are prepared to work with those people who have identified our primary enemy. And our primary enemy in Zimbabwe is ZANU-PF. As it is been subjugating our people, subjugating our people under tyrannical rule for 44 years. Number two, the progressive forces are those who believe in democracy, rule of law, and constitutionalism. Those who believe in collective decision-making by the masses of our people. Number three, these are people who believe that the interests of our people must be at the center. The issues that affect our masses in Zimbabwe must be at the center of every individual self-interest. And number four, progressive forces are those who believe that Zimbabwe one day must be free. Those who believe that through the power of the people, our people will be free one day. So the parameters are very clear that those people who have never been or have not been dining with our primary enemy in Zimbabwe are progressive forces. But if you have been dealing with ZANU-PF for the purpose of destroying the advancement of the cause of our people, you are not part and parcel of the future of this nation. The nation needs people who want to extricate and liberate themselves from the yoke of ZANU-PF dictatorship that has been with us for the past 44 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is where the centrality of the cooperation between us and the country of Zimbabwe is founded. And also in the National Democratic Working Group, we always emphasize, we have got progressive political organizations that are currently represented by the current acting chairman of the National Democratic Working Group in Zimbabwe, Dr. Brian Sebe, who is the president of the Democratic Party. He represents those democratic political forces, people who have never been given trinkets and who have not been given financial inducement by ZANU-PF to destroy the democratic revolution.